Alright guys, welcome to a very exciting video. Recently, Pixel Experience team rolled out a beta for the Poco X3 Pro. Now this of course is based on Android 13 and this is the initial beta build, so there might be a few things which are a hit and a miss, but I've been never so excited because when Android 12 came out, things were about Monet and the new look of Android 12.1 or Android 12L made things better, but this is the real deal right here. The reason I tell you that is because now I've switched from my personal device being a GT2 Pro to something like this. Yes, this is a Pixel 6 and I'm loving it. There's a video coming on this as well. But why is it so special for the Poco X3 Pro, you ask? Well, the smoothness in Android 13 will want you make ditch MIUI completely. Watch the video till the end and find out what's so exciting. So before we get into the details, if you haven't already, please subscribe because it doesn't cost you anything and it really motivates us to make amazing content like this. Now without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Now, first things first, this is a feature video. This is not a review video. There will be a separate review video posted about the usability issues and what's working, what's not working, what are the benchmark numbers, and can you use it as a daily driver? So wait for that video. But in this video, we're going to focus on what are the new features of Android 13 and how has the Pixel Experience team implemented them all together. So first things first, as you can see, this is Pixel Experience only available in one version, so no plus edition as of now. This is Pixel Experience YU 13.0 beta. 13th of September is the build date. This is of course official. Now it does clearly say that it is initial Android 13 build, September security patch, Google Photos Unlimited has been added. Now, the moment I swipe like that, I do notice that this animation, just look at this one thing. Also, look at this clock. It is so smooth and so cohesive that you'll probably never want to go back to MIUI. I'm really excited to see how other OEM manufacturers implement Android 13 on their skins like EMUI, MIUI, Realme UI and whatnot. Anyways, now the smoothness aside, there are quite a lot of changes. Now, first thing to note over here, as you can see, we have black quick tiles. So first what we will do is let's actually go to settings and let's quickly go to display and disable the dark theme. So this is the first change that you would notice. Now, despite having the light theme enabled, we have dark theme for quick setting style. Now that's not really a mistake or something like that because Android 13 by default is designed like that, right? Now, as you can see, the quick tiles over here are much more unified and much more smooth. But what you will notice is that the separate icon for Wi-Fi and mobile data is now gone. You get a single icon over here. And if you turn anything on or off, you will notice that there is a slight animation which makes it even better. And just look at the smoothness over here. This, yes, you are looking at the Poco X3 Pro and I'm not trying to create any hype, but definitely this is exciting for a Snapdragon 860 powered device, right? Now moving on, the next change that we're going to talk about, let's talk about the screen recorder. Now this option has been added. You can of course record internal and external audio. Show touches on screen has been enabled. You will get a timer over here and it will start recording. So no matter where you touch, you will see that these dots are visible. And even if we go to the Google feed, as you can see, it is relatively smooth. You might find a few jitters here and there, but that's okay. This is an initial beta build, so not really complaining a lot over there. Now, apart from this, in the quick settings menu as well, there have been 3 new tiles that have been added. And one of them is scan QR code. So let me actually go to the edit menu over here. Scan QR code. You have one-handed mode and color correction. So these are the 3 quick tiles that were added in Android 13 and the Pixel Experience team have ensured that they add it in their build as well, which is really neat. Now, apart from this, if you're someone who listens to a lot of music, let me just go ahead and play some music over here. We are playing music, don't allow, okay. Now, as you can see, this is a new UI and you now have an option to select the audio source. And once again, the animation is dope and beautiful. And with the music player playing, as you can see, it has this sort of a warm sort of a squiggly line instead of a straight line. So very, very neat addition there. Even if you go to the lock screen here, you will see that it looks much more complete and different. This is what Android 12 should have been in the first place, is what I feel. But yeah, it is present and it works like a charm, something really, really nice and exciting. Apart from this, if you look at the bottom over here, this gesture bar is now bigger, and the quick switch, multitasking is working like a charm. No problems whatsoever. Moving on, if you actually press and hold over here, you go to wallpaper and style, you will notice that they have added almost all the pixel wallpapers, a ton of pixel wallpapers. Some of them are not even available in pixel because I am using a Pixel 6 right now. So that is a good thing, a huge collection of beautiful wallpapers. Now these color palettes that you see over here, earlier we used to have very few of them, but now you have complete 16 of them. Themed icons are still in beta, but they are working fine for the most part. So yes, they have unified and simplified and made Android 12L even better. Now there is one very highlighting or striking feature of Android 13, which is per app language. Now per app language works in a very, very simple way. If you go to settings, you go to system, you go to languages and input, there is this option called app languages, and it will show you all the apps that support multi-languages. So we have Chrome. So let's go to the app info. This is the second way of going through it. As you can see, you can change the language to say, let's change it to Hindi, and let's open Chrome now. It's reloading it. Maybe I'll have to close Google Chrome and reopen it. There you go. So the moment you reopen Chrome, everything is now in Hindi, but I don't want Hindi, right? So we'll press and hold over here, go to app info, and once again, go to languages option. There you go. And let's change it back to English. All right. So that's per app language and it works absolutely fine. Now, apart from this, if you are, copying something, for example, you copy this. So let's say you copy, you can now edit it as per your convenience, whatever edits you want to make, and you can go ahead and click done, and the remaining edited text will be copied over here. So that's a really neat addition, because copy and paste is something that you do a lot on daily basis. Like I do that a lot. Now there are new permissions available, especially for media players. So let's select Reso over here. Let's go to app info and let's go to permissions. Now, as you can see, you have specific permissions for music and audio and photos and videos. Now, of course, something like a file manager might need access to all of your files, including your photos and videos, but something like a music player will just need permissions for your music. So you can specifically select which, permission you need to allow to which particular app, which is a really, really good thing. And Android 13 internally does that as well based on the nature of the application. So that's really good, and it improves the privacy of your photos and videos, right? Now, if you actually move to settings over here, you will see that the search settings option has always been present. But now if you scroll, what you will notice is search settings is now pinned to the top, which I think is a good option, because earlier what you had to do is you had to scroll all the way to the top again and then look for the search bar and then go ahead and make those changes, whatever you want to or want to search, right? Now moving on, let's actually go to the battery section. You do have optimization profiles available over here, sort of a new interface. And as you can see, Antutu benchmark, I've set it to performance and stuff. You have multiple profiles over here: performance, browser, camera, dialer, games, streaming applications. So this is added, which is a really, really neat thing. Apart from that, you do have your adaptive battery preferences, turn on light when charging, battery percentage can be enabled. And if you go to the battery usage menu, you have your standard stuff. But if you go to battery saver, you do have the extreme battery saver ported from the Google Pixel series to this particular Pixel Experience ROM, which in my opinion is a very, very good thing. Now moving on, we will actually move to the sound section over here. So if you go to sound and vibration, you do have live caption, but in this particular update, I think it is not working, especially in YouTube, it is not working. You can, pin the media player, show the recommendations. You have vibration and haptics. So you have this new option of vibrate first, then gradually ring. which means when you get a call, the phone will vibrate first and then gradually it will go to the ringing mode. You have touch feedback, media vibration. So all sorts of new Android 13 features are making their way to Google Pixel Experience ROM. Another neat thing that has been added over here is always show icon when in vibrate. Now, MI sound enhancer and clear speaker are Xiaomi specific features. So on Xiaomi, Redmi and Poco devices, you will actually go ahead and see that feature. Moving on, let's actually talk about display. Over here, you have your standard set of options, but if you go to lock screen, you have all the standard options available, but you have this additional option called control from a locked device. So if you have any external devices or smart home devices, you can actually enable this and control them from the lock screen as well. Now remember this, we disabled the dark theme, right? So if you go and enable it, you will get the dark theme. You can actually go ahead and set it to a schedule. The good thing here is it should be, if you set to bedtime mode and you enable your bedtime, say 12 to 7. Let's actually go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and click on turn on at bedtime. What this will do is automatically when you're about to go to bed at your set time, it will actually go ahead and put your phone in dark theme mode. Now moving on, screensaver. This entire page has a new interface over here, the preview menu and stuff like that. So this new UI looks really, really neat. Apart from that, you have your standard display size and text option, bold text, high contrast. You can reset it as well. Slightly updated UI over here, which is a really, really good thing. You do have the option of auto rotate screen, but now you have face detection as well. So depending on the angle of your face, the phone will decide if it wants to rotate or not. I don't know how well that is working, but it is there and I'm pretty sure sooner or later it will work. Now you do have 60, 90 and 120 Hz refresh rate, which is a good thing. If you go to ambient display, there is no always on display and most of these display modes are working fine. For example, if I were to go ahead and lock it, double tap of course works and waving it is a hit and a miss. So yeah, ambient display is still work in progress. As I said, this is a beta build, so there will be things that are a hit or a miss. For example, there is double tap to wake. It is working just fine for me, but sometimes it glitches and sometimes it doesn't really work as well. Moving on, let's actually have a look at the security menu of Android 13. Now over here, as you can see, you have screen lock, fingerprint, more security settings. All these options are available. So no major changes over here, but one thing that is missing is face unlock. If you move on to the privacy menu, you have the privacy dashboard, slightly updated UI over here. One thing to note in privacy over here is the permission manager. And as you can see, photos and videos, there is a separate permission. So they are paying a lot of attention to your privacy, which in my opinion is a very, very good thing. Now, another good thing that is available is unlimited photos, as it was stated in the changelog. So you can, back up unlimited photos. It's funny because my Google Pixel doesn't have that feature. Google removed it, remember? But as you can see over here, this Pixel can back up unlimited photos and videos. If you actually go to Google Photos and you say try to edit a photo over here, that's my stupid face, ignore, just kidding. So you do have a black and white portrait mode option. You do have the studio light option that you can use for portraits. So all those editing options are present, but something that is missing is the magic eraser. The Pixel Experience team have done a splendid job. They've bought you a bunch of new features. The UI smoothness is amazing. The review of this ROM will be very, very exciting. So do look forward to that. For now, this was everything about the latest Pixel Experience ROM for the Poco X3 Pro. The same video will be available in Hindi. See you in the next one. Until then, keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.